The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Browns, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
On the shores of Lake Erie here in the city of rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth. And here we are, Brock, final week in the preseason. One last tune-up for stars and starters. And, of course, the game where a lot of these great camp stories will clinch a spot on that Week 1 roster.
And I never tire of these great camp stories. And they come from all different backgrounds. Some are undrafted guys, some are vets with a restart on their career. But they use the preseason, in this game in particular, to springboard some momentum into the regular season.
Enough build up, the ball is teed up, and we are ready to go. And off we go from Cleveland. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie starter out of Michigan State University.
Kate, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, that's part of the learning curve they're climbing.
And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. He's got it at the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Taking a big shot for the end zone. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing it again here. He's on the move. Nabbed along the sideline by Higgins. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He brings it in. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
Pushing the pace right away to start the game. Allen. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Cowboys finish up an excellent opening series. Braylon Allen, the touchdown! Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. He's going to field this at the 2. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here come the Browns on offense, readying for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. That his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's why you often see some mix, some high-percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Dak now from the gun. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. The Browns are lining up to punt. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Dallas sending its offense out for the 2nd time this game. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Forced out to his right. Sideline throw is complete to Pearsall. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there, and that earns the holding penalty. They'll start this series with an option left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Yeah! Here we go!
Prescott to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah! Here we go!
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He lets a heater go deep. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted! And the Cowboys have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Looking to the air here. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. Butker knocks it through. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Back out now comes the Browns offense. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, here we go. Right there.
From the gun is Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Prescott here from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense. It puts a sack on the board.
And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Escapes the pocket. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Cole Holcomb has it. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Kicking team out to try the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Browns could have gone for 2 in the tie, but they choose to trail by 1. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Getting right back to it after that interception. Buys time, rolling right. He gets caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. To the air now on 1st and 10. Escapes out to the left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Second and 10 now. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Cowboys take a 7-point lead in the first. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys grow their lead to 8. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Return starts from the goal line. And this drive will start inside the 25. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here.
Here we go.
Throwing on first is Prescott. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
At the 29-yard line.
Running right is Pacheco. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Yeah! Here we go!
Now here's Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tommy Townsend on to punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. Found some space, ended up with 18 on that return. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Connecting on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Chased out to his right. And in for the Dallas touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
McPherson to add the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys lead by 15 now.
Browns 9.
The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. They give to Pacheco to start the drive. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Dak. This finds Smith. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. 1st and 10 from the 41.
That's good. Yeah. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's brought down for a loss. So before they can set up for another play, we're ready now for the 2nd quarter. Browns in control of it. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Dak. He's going to push one deep down the right. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Dak to the air here. The screen pass falls incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty. He coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. The Cowboys ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Trey Benson. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Looking for a throw here. On the move, headed right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side.
Well, that throw just gets away from the quarterback a little bit, and he couldn't stay in the field to play. It's tough to blame him, though. He's got to leave the pocket, and he really had some tough circumstances to try and push that one down the field.
Makes the grab in bounds, left side. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Cowboys.
Setting up a throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Flushed out of the pocket. Still on the move, throwing down the right sideline. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Dropping back to throw. Able to get it to Benson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. The give now to Benson. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Staying on the ground with Benson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. He's on the move. Has it at the 7. Touchdown, Dallas. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys grow the lead now to 22 points. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Returnable from the 1. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead.
Yeah! Here we go! Right there!
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing again is Dak. Able to get it to Moore. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That second and third level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, it freed that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
The Cowboys and Ricky Pearsall headed back out on offense. There has been nothing that can stop them, so we got to assume this drive, Brock, likely going to end in a touchdown as well. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it's going to be second down. And they're going to throw, no spike, trying to catch him off guard. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch.
And in for the Dallas touchdown. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys grow their lead yet again. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Fielded just shy of the end zone. This return makes it up to the 25. The Browns getting their offense out there. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Motioning Burks left. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. It's Pacheco. Massive hit, the ball is out. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Cowboys capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping off that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys continue piling on to this lead.